Hey, what's up everybody? BDF 44 coming at you with another video in a greasy face. Well, just got through paying the rent for the week, the hotel. So very thankful that my family sent that over for me. Couldn't be more thankful, and I want you guys to know how thankful I am. Every time I turn on this camera, anytime I'm able to pay for anything, it ain't off my own merit. It's off of my family helping me through these difficult times. And that is the end and the beginning of that appreciation for sure. I mean, actually, it ain't the end of it, but it's definitely what I wanted to say before I start my video. So, how I feel this morning, I felt really anxious. Not like overly anxious like I had last week, but just not comfortable. And I think it's because I know that they know I'm spending another contract here, and so I almost feel like I'm not welcome, you know what I mean? And for a person like myself with the type of mental health issues that I have, that just makes you feel anxious when you don't feel like you're welcome somewhere. But they've been very nice to me, you know. Everybody there's been cool, you know. I just don't think they like people break the rules. And what can I do about that? What can I do about that? With an open toilet seat over my ear, what can I do about that? But yeah, man, I want my phone. That's another thing I'm anxious about. I want everything settled so I can get away from T-Mobile, so I don't have to pay them an extra $200 that I really can't afford to pay them. But that's basically what it's going to cost to keep my phone on over the next several days. Or I can keep kicking the can down the road, as to which they're going to just tack on more of a bill. I need that bill to be pushed off into the rest of the debt that I have, to be completely honest with you. While I'm trying to manage the money that my family's been giving to me to take care of this. Now, of course, we're in an open-ended situation. So, like, this is the second week beginning of the second contract. Then I'll pay for another week, and then I got to go through that process again of trying to figure out where my stuff is going to go, figure out where I'm going to go. And it just doesn't look like there's a path to me having a place in time, so it looks like I may actually have to go through that again, which is also something I'm thinking about as this week ends. But a lot can happen in 2 weeks, and hopefully a lot of good will happen in 2 weeks. But I'm still not in a place where anything's actually settled in my life. And that also makes me feel very uncomfortable. So I'm thinking about how I'm not quite where I need to be in any of these things. And it just seems like the only path to fixing my problem is to jump into the red and try to find some type of job, even though I'm really not up for working in any way. And I'm ready for my my process to begin with GR, but I don't know where that's at. I don't know how long it's going to take, and it's just one of those situations where even if it do get GR, who's to say I get a place in time? You know what I mean? Who's to say I'll find what I need in time for us to not have to go through this process of me keeping my stuff under this stairs, or them telling me I have to go somewhere else, or whatever the hell it could be. So that I'm thankful for that urgency is coming sooner than it did last time. I'm glad I feel that right now, because I didn't really feel that until like the final week last time. So that's a thing. And I had an interesting dream last night. I don't remember all it entailed, but it was a unstable individual with a knife. Actually, two up. Britney Spears style. But he wasn't trying to attack anybody with it. He was just kind of sitting on a couch next to my mother. Of course, my mom's always in a dream. And somebody else who was consoling him and making him feel confident and calm. But you could tell that he was on the verge of acting up. You could just tell by his disposition that at any moment he could flip out. And so that was the energy there. He was cool with me. He was cool with my mom. But we had already seen him showing disturbing behavior. And so I was ready at that point for that type of behavior physically. I was like, if this dude flips out, I got to be ready for that. But it was one of those things where it's like we were just keeping him calm the whole dream. And he was cool. Like, he wasn't tripping, but we were hearing the disturbance in his conversation. He was talking about obsessive stuff or whatever the case may be. So you just knew you were dealing with a ticking time bomb. And that was the type of dream I had. We were in the car with this dude. We went somewhere with him, came back to the apartment with him in Hollywood. Of course, that apartment was where we were. And the one that I showed you guys in the Hollywood video, we were there on a couch, and he was just kind of sitting there with his two knives, and them knives was long, more like swords. And so nothing ever happened, you know, but it was almost like you're waiting for it to. It was almost like you knew he was going to flip out and try to whatever. But that was the dream, man. So I kind of woke up uneasy a little bit, having offered the strength of that dream. But I woke up praying, like I told you guys, trying to train myself to go to the spirit first before I go to my phone, and I did that. And yeah, that was that, man. I made a playlist last night. I thought was pretty good, even though I slept through most of it, like I have been doing here with these playlists I'm making, and I turn it on as I go to sleep. So music seemed like it was sounding fantastic to me. I really enjoyed it. So go check out the K-List 359. I finally made another K-List. I've been making nothing but delete CDs in this building, but I figured that it was enough rap music, because that's how I differentiate it. More R&B and contemporary stuff is usually the delete CDs, and more rap music and kind of younger music is for the K-List. But this is actually something that probably should have been a delete CD with all the R&B that was on it. A lot of good R&B dropped last night and these last 2 weeks, so having the fact that I didn't do a playlist last week allowed me to combine the 2 weeks worth of good music, so it made for a better playlist, I believe. And I got a little more to work with as well, with some more slow R&B that came out that I really like, some Cleo Soul, stuff like that. So I'm looking forward to trying to work on another playlist at some point, but I'm still uneasy about when I'm gonna get my phone and how much it's gonna cost me to keep this one on, or what I have to do to tumble the thing down the road, talk to another T-Mobile expert, tell them more of my situation, ask them to extend more of it or pay a minimum or something like that. Something I don't want to do and shouldn't have to do, based on the fact that I've already gotten the government phone accredited to my name. It was just delivered to the wrong place. So I haven't been able to get to it. As you guys know, Babcock and Associate are not quite doing what I need them to do in terms of getting back to me with this guy's number. I called him yesterday and asked for the manager's number, left a message. Of course, I haven't received anything in regards to that. So I don't want to just go all the way down there. That's a very long distance to go there empty, just to know I'll have to turn around and come back. I'm not up for that. I don't even want to go back to that building at all if I can help it, especially since I believe this is USPS's mistake. They should not have sent that there. But I can't contact USPS and tell them to go back and get it and send it to where it needs to go. But that is definitely what I'm thinking. I need to let them know that was wrong. That just should not have been there. Everything that's supposed to be going to that address is supposed to go straight to my boy T's house in Long Beach. And that's a much easier place for me to get to on the train. So it's like, that was the whole point. But that's what's on my mind, man. Just a whole lot of uneasiness about circumstances as time is continuing to pass. This has been a good week in this apartment. Did a lot of working out in this apartment. But nowhere near getting the money I need to make things happen. Nowhere near getting the stuff I need that ultimately get me the apartment. So waiting around on people. Never heard from the Miss Vivas. She never called. So I don't want that to be something that is looked at as if I'm not following the program, because I'm right by the phone. You know what I mean? She just never called. So you know what I mean? What can you do, man? You try to get psychological help for yourself, and you don't get what you need, man. Bottom line, I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Where are they? Don't know. So that's the second time Miss Vivas didn't get back to me on something. Hopefully she's well. Hopefully everything's good on her end. But as far as me getting what I need from her, that's not happening. It's just not happening. So that's a problem. And I'd like to switch up to another therapist. There's another therapist I could talk to in Vermont. I've already met her. I could switch to her at any time. But because my paperwork for GR is in limbo with Miss Vivas, switching over to another therapist would just further that process. But if this process isn't getting done, she said she had 10 days legally to kick the can around with my paperwork. She used all 10 of them days, apparently. I'm just looking at this situation and saying, man, I'm frustrated. But the thing that came to me this morning as soon as I woke up was, there are a lot of things you want to worry about, but I want you to be at peace today. That's the energy that the Spirit put in my heart. I understand what you got going on, but that's not the energy I'm telling you to have. I'm asking you to be at peace. And so I'm trying, but I'm a person too. I responded to that energy by saying I'm a person, God. And no matter how much faith I have to apply, there's still real world stuff and real world questions and real world pressures to get things done. T-Mobile has constantly put pressure on my mind to pay them as naturally they would, and I don't have my phone, even though I've done everything I could over the last month and a half to get away from them into a government program that'll pay me, that'll allow me to pay a very affordable phone. And even when I try to do what I need to do responsibly for my finances, it's still so many different other people that are, making things harder for me, it seems, or circumstances that are not falling into place for whatever reason. You want me to be at peace with that? Show me how to be. That's my attitude. So it's just not the greatest mood I'm in right now. Not the greatest mood. Problems are just continuing to be prolonged. Solutions are further and further out than they should be, based on everything that I need to do to make them happen. And that's just what it is. That's just what it is. So at least I've paid for this upcoming week. I didn't have to worry about that money coming in. Earlier in the week, I didn't have the money. So that was one more stress, and that is not in my life. And I'm appreciative of the fact that I know where next week is going to come from too, so long as I don't have to fork over half of that damn money to damn T-Mobile. So that's basically it. I'm trying to keep from having to give them $200 right now. I don't want to give them that. I don't at all want to pay them that, even though I've used their phone, you know what I mean, obviously. But I've also had to deal with a lot of their bull crap, a lot of it. And so that's just what it is, man. I need that government phone situation to straighten out. And ACP, I gotta contact them to make sure that they have the right carrier attached to my name, because apparently they don't. They got me attached to somebody that's trying to give me a tablet, and that's not what I need nor what I signed up for. So I don't know how the hell ACP got connected to a company that I keep on telling. I've talked to 2 of their representatives and told them that I do not want to do business with you. I'm trying to get connected to AirTalk Wireless, and have been approved for their phone, and apparently they hang up the phone and not put that information into their system. So what are you gonna do, man? Everybody's doing their own thing around my situation, making it more of a prolonged process. That's what I guess is the best way to say it. So yeah, man, I want to make this day productive, but I'm not quite sure how to do that without GR that can give me my apartment, any contact to the people over in my old apartment to get my damn phone. I don't know how to make this day as productive as I'd like to make it. I really don't, because those are the 2 things that need to be taken care of, and I'm waiting on other people. So it just sucks, man. It really sucks. This is not easy. I'm not sitting up here with a natural mind. I got mental health concerns that are extensive, and I need things to fall into place in order for my life to function properly. Not necessarily me going out just doing stuff that I'm not mentally equipped to do, that apparently a doctor agrees about. Not that they've really spent too much time studying my mind at all. So this is what it is, man. I'm frustrated. I don't want to force myself to do something that's going to make me deeply, deeply miserable, because that's a dangerous thing for me, as we clearly saw last Tuesday. So just trying to make it, man. I'm trying to get through these frustrations and be at peace as the Spirit told me to be. And I'm open to seeing how He unfolds the day so that can be the case. It's not about applying faith, because I got that. It's about the wait. It's about the wait while you're sitting here with things not quite in place, and just the frustration of not having the ability to make people move properly. That's what it is. I'm a on-time person. Today they wanted us to pay this by 12. They had their money by 10:30. I do things on time or early. I don't like when I'm waiting on professionals who get paid all kinds of money to do things properly being unprofessional. I don't have patience for that, and that is exactly what I've been dealing with on all kinds of fronts around me, all kinds. And so that's really what it is, man. I hope, like I said, I pray for the betterment of Miss Vivas. Hopefully she's in a good place so that she can do her job, because a lot of times people be out of the, be away. Maybe something happened, and that's why she didn't be able to get back to me in over a week and a half. But it would be nice if her office would send out emails if something like that would be the case, so that we're not sitting here waiting by the phone to talk to our psychiatrist, or sitting there waiting by the email to get what it is that we requested from her a week and a half ago and never responded to. So, that's really what it is. So, other than that, man, that is it. That is really what's going on in my life, man. I don't know what else to do with my day. I'm fortunate enough to be able to have added money to my tap card so I can get on the train and go somewhere. But where to? Where to right now? It's nothing to do without with these two things in place. It's just, like I said, I can look for apartments, but once I get there, first thing they're gonna say is, what's your income looking like? And the thing I'm gonna say is, I'm pending GR. Pending GR don't get you nowhere. And that's just what it is. It has to be in place. You have to have the GR ID presentable. And so until that's in place, which I anticipate could be very soon, me just going out chilling and going out hopping on the train to go nowhere would be exactly that. So I could go over to the apartment. I don't think it would hurt me to just make an aimless trip down there, but there's a good chance I'm gonna get there and either not be able to get into the apartment or get down there and not be able to get to the mailbox. And even if I am getting into the apartment, a lot of times the mail that they put in place is sitting on top of the mailbox, like stuff, big boxes and stuff like this, which I imagine this may be, but they said that they put it in the mailbox. So it's one of those situations where even if I go down there and he's there, he may need to be able to retrieve the mailbox key from elsewhere. Maybe he don't have the mailbox key anymore. Maybe that's, so it's just a lot of stuff that would make that an aimless trip for seemingly no reason. And that's just something I need to be able to guard against based on how much money I'm spending to make that trip happen. It's a lot of trains, a lot of buses. So that is the situation, man. Hopefully some things start to fall into place today. It's Friday, so we know we ain't gonna have nothing done on Saturday and Sunday. But tomorrow is when they're gonna turn my phone off if I don't pay them $120 something, and then they're gonna ask me to pay another $120 something, like 5 days after that. And that's just a bad investment for my situation. That's a terrible, terrible way of spending money with what I got going on. So I did everything I needed to do to make sure I had my phone by now. Apparently it was sent to the address, etc., so I should be able to have that. And Babcock and Associate is costing me money. In theory, they're costing me money with this bull crap. So that's really what it is, man. I'm not pleased with them. You know what I mean? All I need to do is get my package. There shouldn't be no reason why I couldn't have contacted a manager by now. You know what I'm saying? There's no reason for them not to have given me that person's number at all. And this is just what it is, man. People not really doing what helps my circumstance, I guess is what I would say. So enough complaining about that. I'm gonna go and try to figure out how to get my mind right, pray a little bit, try to figure out what the Lord wants me to do from here, and hopefully some people contact me in regards to the things that I've been discussing here. So that's what I gotta say. BDF 44. I'll thank you all for watching.